the best hip stretches for pain-free activity. This is great for 50 and over people. Most of these are fairly simple to do. Or
Bob, there's no need to tie yourself into a pretzel to stretch out your hips. This is going to be good for, I really think, for the majority of our viewers. The Supple Leopard.
The Supple Leopard by Dr. Kelly Starrett. Chock full. I'm telling you, I've been reading this for a couple weeks and I'm only partly through it because there's so much information.
Really, it's not hard to do it. It really gets my hips in the areas I have not felt before. You're in a position, like in a seated position, and then bring your feet out a little bit and you'll feel the stretch in the hips to start with. And then what I do is I just basically push my knees apart here, and I'll do it with my elbows. It's a little easier. And then just position yourself.
Then try to go closer,
a little closer and a little wider, and everyone's hips are going to be a little different. And just hold it 15 to 30 seconds.
You not go into the pain cave. If this, stay away from the pain.
Yeah.
This should be not necessarily comfortable, but it should be tolerable.
The height is going to be different for everyone. You know, you may need to start on a chair that's just lower. I actually like a little bit higher than this one. Again,
and you can do pressure on, pressure off. You don't have to do a hold stretch. Start off. I'm going to keep my body nice and straight, my back straight, and I'm going to lean forward like this. And that really gives a good stretch to there. And you can actually put your hand on your pelvis and push forward even a little further.
I just put my elbows in and I push my hips out, and I can really get a nice stretch on those hip abductors and work on that there.
There you go. Doing one leg at a time, and that's the one I've been doing.
Single knee to the chest. There's no weight bearing on this, so this is a really good one to start out with. These other ones were like, those are too much, too advanced. This is a good way to start. Yeah. Ever since I got a hip issue right now, I think it's my piriformis or my low back, but this windshield wiper exercise is a nice one.
Great one for getting things moving in the morning, because all night long it was still. It was not moving, and joints don't like that.
And look at my shoulders; they're flat.
Yeah.
Especially, for 50 and over, I think you can hardly go wrong with this. And if you can clamshell, bring your knees out like this. If that gives you a good enough stretch, that may be all you're going to do.
Gravity itself, probably.
Yep. Just relax like this. If, like for myself, this doesn't really feel like much, so I'm going to advance it. I'm going to go up like this. And I'm going to use a stretch out strap. You can use a belt, or if you got really long arms, you could just grab around. And then I go here. I like the stretch out strap because I don't have to grab and pull. I put my wrists in there and it's easy. I can relax while I do this with the stretch out strap. Bob, this is these are wonderful stretches for those hips.
I can see.
I'm starting to feel like I got to go out and run a marathon now.
I'll show there, lying in bed. But this way you can really get a lot of torque when you're sitting up like this. I'm trying to keep my back fairly straight, but there's no reason not to do this one, because you can do it, whenever you're sitting in a chair.
Gravity, do the stretch here. If you want, you can grab this knee and pull up, and it helps lock the pelvis.
You can see how tight the muscle is, because he actually pulls up when he pulls that pelvis up.
Yep.
See that?
Everything's connected together.